do you want them? On the tree or something? Try my best to do this with one hand, but I think you gotta get the idea and hold this whole door back with these eyelets. But yeah, I mean, talk about going up in a hot second. It's pretty awesome. So I don't even think I'm gonna use this rope here. Unless it's ultra windy, I just don't even think it's necessary. So eventually we're going to have a cassette toilet here. We're waiting for that to show up. Matter of fact, it's showing up the weekend we're going camping. But anyways, I got my stuff here for the shower. I'm going to pick up this shower mat. I'll have a link to this shower mat in the description box below. I'll let you guys know how it works. But I at least want something to get our feet right off the floor, so we're not directly standing in water. Now it does have some netting around the perimeter to let the water drain out, but let me get this hooked up. So I was going to use this, but to be honest with you, there's really no place to attach it. It just kind of falls right off. Be honest with you though, this tent does come with this strap, and I think this is actually going to work even better. It just kind of clips right on there, so that actually works perfect. And it's actually at the perfect height, and it's already pointing at the perfect angle in the right direction. So I think we're ready to take a shower, get this water heated up, and just put the pump right in the 5-gallon jug here and give her hell. Figured I'd at least show you this tent, setting it up, and show you how easy it is. And what they do have is this little vent here, which is kind of nice, actually right above the shower, and it's held up with these little brackets. There's actually some Velcro brackets here, so you can kind of just do this and it creates a nice little air vent. Pretty cool. So everything's set and ready to go. We're ready to take a shower. So far, so good. All right, so I'm going to test this immersion heater, and I'm going to put it in this 5-gallon jug here. And I even have a candy thermometer here to test the accuracy of the thermometer that's built into this. You can actually set the heat within this, and it even has a low water protection circuit right here too. So enough said, let's get this going. All right, so I'm actually gonna use this camping too. What I like about this is it's got a built-in LED backlit screen. So you can turn this on, you can touch the top, and the backlight comes on. So we can see instantly how hot this water is. And typically, you know, people usually like between 100 degrees Fahrenheit up to about 110. Anything over about 108, 110 is probably going to be too hot, but that's just something you're going to have to test out. So they actually recommend that you use a plastic jug, that you actually don't use a metal jug. So I got this all the way on the bottom, and we'll get this plugged in. Every time you push this button, it goes up 5 degrees. So that's 104. I think that's going to be about perfect for us. Right now it's 73 degrees with the built-in thermometer, and this is saying 72, well, 73 degrees, so it's pretty darn accurate. You can actually hear the electrode down there getting hot. So right now we just started this, and this is at 6:51. So we'll see how long it takes to get up to 104 degrees. All right, so we started at 6:51, at 6:56, so 5 minutes has gone past so far. You know, at least with this candy thermometer, you know, it's got roughly an 8-inch probe on it. So I would say it's damn near at the bottom of this jug, and it's reading 84. At least on here, this is reading 82. And I do have an instant thermometer that I use for grilling, and I trust this more than anything. Obviously, hot water rises, so let's see what this reads at. So this is reading, at the top of the water where the hottest water is probably going to be, about 85, 86, 87. So 87. This is reading 86.2, so that's pretty darn accurate. And this is reading 84. And we started at 6:51, so that's 6:57 or 6 minutes in. So now there's a reason why I got black jugs. For camping, I can put these out on the picnic table, let the sun do all the work, rather than using up all the energy out of my batteries to run this immersion heater. And that's my goal. I actually got 2 of these, one for me and one for my wife. And right now we're up to 90 degrees, and we start at 6:51, so we're 7 minutes in. All of this I got off Amazon. I paid for all this. None of this was sent to me for free. I picked up a camping shower unit with a pump, and this is the Spopal. It's a portable shower unit. So it comes with a 2-year warranty, it looks like, but it's got a digital battery level, precision temperature display. It's got Type-C USB charging on it, and intelligent dual mode. You can go in higher load, especially if you want to try and conserve some water. I've actually tested this last night. It's pretty cool. And once this reaches 104 degrees, I think that's going to be the ticket for us. But this does come with a loofah. It comes with this bag. Comes with this like shower hook here, and obviously the pump and the shower head itself. And what I liked about this is I can turn this on and off, so I can wet myself down, shut this off, turn it back on, rinse myself off, rather than waste all that water. And this had by far the best reviews on Amazon, and it was really inexpensive, less than 40 bucks. All right, this probe, like I said, is about 8 inches low into the water, saying 97 degrees. At least on here, it's saying 93. And I trust this more than anything. Let's see what this says. So 98.8. So I'd say these two are really accurate. We're getting really close to that 104. And like I said, we started out at 6:51 and it's 7:02, so we're 11 minutes in. Now the directions clearly say do not put your hand in the water. Obviously, while this electrified electrode is in this water, warming this up, just a safety precaution. But we are getting really close. We're up to 102 here. I can literally, feel the heat emanating off the side of this 5-gallon jug. And 102, this is saying 98. So I think this thermometer that's built in is a little inaccurate. That's why I'm going to leave this in, because this looks a heck of a lot more accurate. And like I said, hot water rises, and at least at the top here, we're already at 104. This is 8 inches deep, so 2-degree difference. I'm going to let this go up to 105. Right there, so 105.7, I would say 6:51. That's 14 minutes in, just to give you an idea. All right, so I'm going to get this unplugged here so I can safely remove this. All right, just gonna set that down in here for now. Right now it's saying 107, and the top of the water is showing 107, 108. I'm gonna get this pump going here. Gotta press and hold this for 3 seconds. So, boy, but let me get this all the way at the bottom. And get this water going. Oh yeah, that's nice. Matter of fact, you can see some of the steam coming off that water. Oh, that's perfect. Oh yeah. That's gonna be perfect for a shower. 106 degrees, I think. Obviously, your preference are gonna vary, but I would say that is absolutely perfect. And I can stop this. You can hear the pump still running. So let me look at the pump here. At least that's reading. Now this is in Celsius, keep in mind. This doesn't read in Fahrenheit. So I'd have to do the conversion on this, but I believe 40 degrees is 100 degrees. I'll splice that into the screen of what this 35 degrees is. But let me keep on running this. Man, that's got a nice solid spray, and it's got 3 settings here. So that's the middle setting, top setting. And let me shut this off. So this is on, I'm trying my best to do this with one hand here, mind you. So this is on high. So if I press this once, it goes to low. So that's low pressure. And oh, that's still a solid stream. That's really solid. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to run it on, is low. Save battery life and water. Oh, that's nice. That's really impressive, actually, for less than 40 bucks. So you see on the middle setting, it doesn't really come out that much. But on this setting, it comes out quite a bit. I think that'll be perfect right there to conserve not only battery life on the pump, but also the water. And we're still reading 106 degrees here. I'll let this continue to run. Trying not to get water out of my sink, but at least it's showing 39 degrees, almost 40 degrees Celsius, which I believe is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Like I said, I'll splice that conversion here in a little bit. But man, that's really impressive. The fact that I got this pump for less than 40 bucks. I got 2 of these jugs for a little over 60. This candy thermometer, that was less than 10. And I believe this immersion water heater was less than 50 bucks. And I'll splice all those screenshots into this video. So far, I think this is going to be perfect for camping. And so far, I'd say we have used probably half of the water out of this. And like I said, this is on low. And I do feel this sticking at the bottom, so that's nice. This does have suction cups at the bottom of this pump, and I feel it sticking to the bottom of this jug, so that's kind of nice, actually. Yeah, that's really solid. And like I said, we started at 6:51. It was 14 minutes later, and it's 7:10 now, 7:11. And we're still flowing hot water, perfect for a shower. And I still got about half of the water left in this jug. 106 there, showing 40 degrees on the pump itself. It's nice and hot. 105 degrees. The bottom here, this should run out of water here soon. Still showing 100% on the battery life. So yeah, I'd say about right there, we are finally out of water. So let me get this out of here. That is nice, the fact that it actually sticks to the bottom. Hold this down for 3 seconds and it shuts off. And we are at 7:14. All right, so I'm going to fill up this 5-gallon jug back up with water, get this immersion heater back in, and I'm going to run this out to the camper and plug it into my Blue Eddy AC 200L and see how much wattage this pulls. And I got this immersion heater back in, and I got this plugged directly into my AC 200L. And not only do I have the AC 200L that has 2400 watt hours, but I also have the B230 battery backup system. And these are not exactly charged to 100%, it's 34%. I'm just curious of how much wattage this actually pulls. In fact, I'm gonna plug the AC from the camper. I got this drug plugged in directly. And let me turn on this AC inverter. So right now it's at 75. So 68, 77, 86, 104. And right now we are pulling 1750. All right, so we're up to that 106 mark, and we are up to, or down to 16% from 34% roughly 15 minutes later, just to give you an idea. Now keep in mind, this is starting at 34% on a battery system that hasn't been charged in probably a month. So it definitely has something to do with this. I'm sure this would be different if I had 100% charge and it was just freshly charged, but at least gives you an idea. Well, hopefully you got something out of this video and showing you how easy this is to set up this tent. It really goes up in a minute. And I'll keep you guys updated on how this works. But I think at least for us, a really inexpensive shower setup for our campsite, I think it's going to be perfect. Well, make sure you subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh my gosh.